Feel the legs pushing up on the set. I'm feeling it. Feel the high that you get from the line. If you feel it, raise your hell in the sky.
Alrighty, guys, so let's talk about this for 1 second. Is it bad to critique movies today? Honestly, it's not bad. The short answer is no. The whole fallout with Chris Stuntman and his little, it's time to talk about, I had to talk about that crap with the Madam Web thing, has gotten people to have this conversation of maybe the way we critique movies or the way we criticize movies today should be changed because Chris Stuntman is bringing up some good facts. No. What he's doing is another thing. He's pivoting. He wants you to talk about the studio instead of talking about the director, the writer, and actors as part of his film because he knows these people behind the scenes probably. He ain't going to come out and say it, but let's be realistic here. Why would you pivot from the movie to to the studio? Because you have a relationship with a la director, a la writer. And again, I totally understand that. You want to keep, make your friends in the industry. You want to still work with them because again, down the road, they might work with you on your feature film or projects down the road. I totally get that. But you have a job. You are a reviewer. You came on this platform almost, God knows, 20-something years ago. I'm probably exaggerating, maybe longer, maybe less than that. I don't know. And you came on here with Jeremy Johns, with the Schmoes, with John Capia in the company, and y'all review movies. You cannot come in here and try to pivot because you're part of the quote-unquote Hollyweird, or you're part of Weird Holly, Weird Wood. You're part of that group now that you want to let's not do that. Let's change the narrative, or let's change the argument or let's change the conversation to the studio. The studio is to blame for everything most of the time, but the writer, the director, if you signed your name on the dotted line, you are to blame. The writers, for example, they have done multiple garbage films, from Dracula Untold to Morbius, so they have had opportunities to show us that, hey, maybe the studio, after 4 or 5 times, the writers are garbage. They have a list of bad movies. Yes, Dracula Untold, it has its moments, but what about Morbius? What about this film? What about these writers have proven that they are not writing material. They cannot write to save their life. The director, this is her first film. But again, if I was director, I wouldn't put my name on this because this is a death sentence. But again, she has something to gain to it. They paid her. They said, look, do what you need to do. Whatever next film you do, we'll give it to you. Do you not think that she's getting something out of it? Now, some people say, oh, she's not going to work again. She's going to work again. She's going to do something. They going to give her another film. But after that film bombs, then that's it. This is kind of like a favor to the studio so she can do what she wants to do. Or a la, they tell her to give her work in Hollywood. And that's how it is. My stance will always be criticizing a movie is never bad. Having a person criticize you for criticizing a movie, they're bad. You can always criticize a film and still be constructive. It's constructive criticism. It's telling these writers and directors, do better. You got to do better. We don't have to, why we spend our hard-earned money trying to do this, and then when we come out, we're told, well, you can't blame the movie for being trash. Are you kidding me? I went in that movie expecting something and came out with this, so fuck this movie. The movie experience, if you want to come out and say the movie experience, that's what you want, a good movie experience, but you want to be, and I've been seeing a couple stuff online about it, but one person said it best. He said, he's trying to move himself away from the common folks and be the elite status of people. So shame on you to criticize a film that I worked so hard on. Blame the studio. No, criticizing you who worked on the film is absolutely saying that I've never worked on a studio, a film for a studio, breathing down my neck. Nobody was breathing down their neck. They got the bullet points. This is what you need to do, A, B, and C. Check these marks, boom, boom, boom. He should be saying these type of film and these type of agenda-driven films, it's not what the masses want. He's not going to come out and say that because, again, you know why? Because Hollywood still has that agenda of strong woman empowerment. But guess what? We're not in that era no more. Slowly but surely, fans are telling people, casual fans are telling people, they're not trying to do that no more. They want good actual films. He brought up Godzilla -1. Can't touch this film. But Godzilla Minus One is a great film. Just harpers back to back in the day. Just it's not a political agenda film. It's telling a story. Yes, there's a little political theme in there, but it's not dating the political theme of today. It's dating the political theme back in World War II, which makes sense in a way. With the kamikazes, you had to pretty much die for your country and sacrifice yourself. And the guy was like, I don't want to do that. He was scared to. And that's a human trait. If you can relate yourself to the character that's being put on screen, that's relatable. That's a good film. There's nothing I can relate to in Madam Web, because all of it was bullshit. And then it's like, oh, well, the product placement at the end was a studio thing. No, it wasn't. The studio tells you, here, we need this product placement. I don't know where you put it. I don't care how you put it. You put it in there and get it over with. And that's what happened. Because if an exec saw that, they would have said no. Any right-minded execs would have said, nah, this is not a good idea. This is probably pretty much something that she wanted to do, she enforced, and then again, we don't even know. There's probably multiple third acts, and that was the better one. So it's like, it's weird. You know, and the weird thing about it too, all these actors and actors thought they were working on a Marvel film. You can tell they thought they were working on Marvel, but they were working for Sony. And that's why Dakota Johnson fired her agent, because she thought she was working for them MCU. Made her look like a fool. Anywho, I just want to put this out there. Hopefully, you know, people understand where I'm coming from. It's okay to criticize a film. It's okay to criticize something you do not like. It's the saying of, you don't like it, don't watch it. I'm watching it because, one, it's a free country, and two, I want the thing to get better. So I'm criticizing it to get better. When people come to this platform and they're telling you not to criticize something, they're telling you to shut up. Those are the people are the sheep, and those are the people that don't want change. And then those are the same people 6 years or 5 years down the road complaining too. You know why? I can go back to that person and say, oh, you're complaining now. Oh, I see what you were talking about. No shit, we saw it years ago. We were saying it beforehand. We wanted people to talk about it now. Look at World Wrestling Entertainment. It took years for people to realize, okay, Vince was a problem. So let's get him out of there. People like, he's fine, he's so great. About 10 years later, now everybody wanted him out because they saw what Triple H was doing, and now they love the company right now. Is wrestling the hottest it's ever been? No, but it's better than what it was 5 years ago. It's better than what it was 3 years ago. So you see the development. Things have to happen. Things have to change. Granted, the way it happened was allegations, and which is weird, and I feel sorry for those people part of that. But as long as change is needed in these films and Hollywood, because if you're not, Hollywood will continue to keep doing the same thing. We gonna have another Madam Web down the road if we don't express our feelings and show by not going. You telling people you're not criticize these writers and directors, especially these writers, they have multiple times and they have done multiple bad films, so they should be criticized. The director, I get that, she's new, but again, if she directed it, her name's on it, she needs to be criticized. Say, yo, you're not a good director, or you need some help, or you need go back to the workshop and train to be a better director, because this ain't it, honey. This is not it. But those writers don't get a pass. These writers have done multiple films back to back, and they have all been garbage. So, as always, guys, like, subscribe, peace. Have a Johnson day. I am out.